Mastering Real Estate Vocabulary, 50 Essential Terms Explained. Today, we're delving into the essential vocabulary terms you need to know for the real estate. Let's begin. Term 1, Asset Valuation, the process of determining the value of a property or investment. Term 2, Base Rent, the minimum rent paid by a tenant, excluding additional costs. Term 3, Capital Expenditure, CapEx, investments in improving or maintaining a property's value. Term 4, Comparable Sales, recently sold properties used to assess the value of a similar property. Term 5, Covenant, a legally binding agreement related to property use or restriction. Term 6, Dilapidations, repairs and maintenance required at the end of a lease term. Term 7, Easement, the right to use a portion of another person's property for specific purposes. Term 8, Freehold, complete ownership of a property, including the land and buildings. Term 9, Gross Development Value, GDV, the estimated total value of a development project. Term 10, Housing Market Assessment, HMA, an analysis of the local housing market and demand. Term 11, Index Lease, a lease with rent adjustments based on an economic indicator. Term 12, Joint Venture, a partnership between two or more parties to undertake a real estate project. Term 13, Leasehold, a type of property ownership with a fixed-term lease agreement. Term 14, Market Appraisal, the evaluation of a property's value based on current market conditions. Term 15, Net Present Value, NPV, the current value of future cash flows, considering inflation and risk. Term 16, Overage, additional payment to a seller if the property's value increases after the sale. Term 17, Permitted Development, development allowed without planning permission. Term 18, Qualified Surveyor, a surveyor with Borix accreditation and expertise. Term 19, Real Estate Investment Trust, REIT, a company that owns and operates income-generating real estate. Term 20, Stamp Duty Land Tax, SDLT, a tax payable on property transactions in the UK. Keep up the excellent work. We're halfway through our real estate vocabulary. Term 21, Tenant Improvement Allowance, TIA, money provided by the landlord to improve leased space. Term 22, Unilateral Contract, a contract where only one party is legally obligated to perform. Term 23, Vacancy Rate, the percentage of unoccupied rental properties in a given area. Term 24, Wayleave Agreement, a contract granting access to a utility company for installations. Term 25, Yield, the return on an investment, expressed as a percentage. Term 26, Zone A, the most desirable retail space within a shopping center. Term 27, Abatement, a reduction or exemption in taxes or rent. Term 28, Break Clause, a provision allowing early termination of a lease. Term 29, Common Area Maintenance, CAM, costs shared by tenants for maintaining common spaces. Term 30, Development Appraisal, an analysis of the financial viability of a development project. You're doing fantastic. Let's continue our journey through the remaining real estate vocabulary. Term 31, Environmental Impact Assessment, EIA, a study assessing potential environmental effects of a project. Term 32, Fixed Charge, a specific property asset acting as collateral for a loan. Term 33, Ground Rent, periodic payment for leasing land under a leasehold agreement. Term 34, Homebuyers Report, a survey highlighting any property defects and potential issues. Term 35, Initial Yield, the yield at the beginning of an investment. Term 36, Joint and Several Liability, each tenant is responsible for the entire rent and damages. Term 37, Lessor, the landlord or property owner in a lease agreement. Term 38, Mortgagee, the lender or financial institution providing a mortgage loan. Term 39, Negative Covenant, a restriction prohibiting certain actions on a property. Term 40, Offer of Judgment, a written offer to settle a legal dispute. Great job. Let's explore some more real estate vocabulary terms. Term 41, Party Wall Agreement, a contract between neighbors sharing a common wall. Term 42, Quantity Surveyor, a professional estimating construction costs and managing budgets. Term 43, Rent Review, the process of adjusting rent during a lease term. Term 44, Specific Performance, legal action to enforce a contract's terms. Term 45, Title Register, a public record detailing the property's ownership and charges. Term 46, Usufruct, the right to use and enjoy another's property temporarily. Term 47, Void period, time when a rental property remains unoccupied. Term 48, water rights, legal rights to use water sources on a property. Term 49, yield compression, a decrease in yield due to increased property demand. Term 50, zoning ordinance, local regulations specifying land use and development. Congratulations! You've mastered 50 essential real estate vocabulary terms. Review and practice them to boost your confidence. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more real estate insights. Thank you for joining us today.